And welcome back to the shed. I am Lucas Roth, joined alongside by Eli and Ben Roth here for some late night action of the Hesston Swathers versus the Sunrise Christian Academy Buffalo. A highly anticipated game. The Swathers highly ranked in Class 3A. What's our ranking, Eli?
I believe we're around 9 or 10.
9 or 10, 3A. Sunrise Christian, of course, a very, very, very talented basketball program. It's not, a common misconception, though. This is not their travel team. So Sunrise Christian has another team that is their travel team. They're currently ranked, I believe, 5th in the entire country of high school basketball teams. Some notable alumni that come from this team are Grady Dick, currently the star at KU, Trey Young, Buddy Heel, Ty Berry, bunch of D1 basketball players. But this is just, I don't want to call it their B team, but they're still going to be really good and a tough test here for the Hesston Swathers. The starters tonight for Hesston will be number 4, the 6'4" senior Jake Proctor. Number 5, the 6'3" junior Adrian Hernandez. Number 11, the 6'2" senior Tyler Ruerts. Number 14, the 6'6" sophomore Reed Friesen, and number 25, the 6'3" senior Lane McGill. On the other side of the ball for the Buffalo, it will be It will be 5'10" junior, number 3, Caden Lindstead. The 6'2" senior, number 10, Daniel Figuera. The 6'2" senior, number 20, Javante Woolery. The 6'8" sophomore, number 21, Marco Pavlovic. And 6'3" junior, number 23, Darius Hart.
Just kind of looking at you and listening to you read that off, the Swathers are definitely going to be outmatched height-wise. They're going to have to be able to box out well and win the transition battle, because they are definitely not going to be able to win within the trenches.
I think that's why Reed Friesen has snuck into the starting lineup, because size is a big factor in this one.
Also, look for foul trouble to play a factor. Swathers have to play straight up and not foul, because the easiest way for them to get down big early is to foul the big men.
The ball is with Hart, swings into the corner to Lindstead. He's going to work it a few times into Pavlovic. He's working against Reed Friesen, got the 2-inch height advantage, and the kick out will stay with Woolery. Woolery back to Hart, and Hart now looking to move it, gives it off to Figuera. Figuera's going to work right, crossover dribble left, picks it up and into the corner, and now on the drive is Lindstead. Back to Figuera. Great defense by the Swathers being played here. Dribble right by Figuera on the switch, and now it's back with Lindstead. Up top to Hart. Swathers not allowing anything inside so far. Hart, crossover dribble, gets McGill in the air. He's going to drive. His shot up, no good. And boarded by Pavlovic, up and under, no good. Boarded by Hernandez, and here comes Proctor the other way.
Swathers with great defense there, but it just kind of looks early that Sunrise is much more athletic than the Swathers are going to be able to be tonight.
Proctor on the spin, his pull-up jumper, smooth like butter. That's just how Jake Proctor rolls. He's got 2, and the Swathers take the early 2-0 lead.
Promising start for the Swathers, great defensive sequence, and Jake Proctor hitting shots right away.
We got a drive on the other end by Woolery, and he will be fouled, I believe, by Lane McGill. And that it is.
Yeah, Lane just in the wrong place there at the wrong time.
Ball will be entered into Pavlovic, and he works it to Woolery and into the corner to Hart. Hart working against McGill. His pull-up 3 is good. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Hart, and it is 3-2. Sunrise with the early lead.
Nice smooth stroke there by Hart. Just jumped right over him and made that shot.
Proctor on the drive. A lot of contact there. Gets it to Friesen. And the Swathers will continue on the offense with Ruerts at the top. Now back to Proctor. Inside to Friesen. His turn jump shot, no good. Blocked by Figuera, and the Buffalo will go the other way.
Might have got a little contact there underneath, but a good no call by the officials.
Yeah, they've been letting him play a lot this game. Pavlovic, the 6'8" for 3. No good. Boarded by Ruerts, and the Swathers are out and running. It's with McGill now. He goes between the legs, and it'll swing around. Into the corner to Ruertz. Ruertz looking for someone to go, gets Proctor. Proctor, he's gonna drive. Kick out, Lane McGill, his three-pointer. No good, in and out, boarded by Friesen, but he went over the back, and it will be Buffalo basketball.
Tough break for the Swathers. Reed Friesen picking up an early foul, and that is not what you want out of your tall forward.
Just an inexperienced move, in my opinion. Can't go up over the back of someone that's 6'8". Ball will go into Figuera, working against Ruertz. He's gonna work left to Woolery, inside to Pavlovic. Kick out to Woolery. He's gonna give a little hezzy and back out to Hart. Hart over to Linwood, or Lindstedt, my bad. And Figuera on the drive. He splits two. His shot, no good. Tapped around. Hernandez, the Swathers go the other way. It's a 2-on-1. Fakes the pass. Euro layup is good.
Good move there by Adrian Hernandez. Took the break, made a great pump fake, and went right in with the right hand for the easy lay-in.
And it'll now be Figuera. What a play there by the junior. His crossover dribble. He's going to make his way. Good help by McGill. Steal by Proctor, but it's contained by Hart. Now they got 5-on-4. Hart, he kicks. Lindstedt, wide open three. High arcing shot. Swish. And now it's Proctor coming the other way. Ruertz into McGill. McGill, running jumper, no good. Boarded by Hernandez. His shot is good. 6-all.
Adrian Hernandez has looked really good here early. Look for him to kind of be that number 2 guy for the Swathers, aside from Proctor.
It'll be Hart now to bring the ball up. Guarded closely by McGill.
Tight matchup so far. 6-6, just like the girls' game.
And now it'll be Figuera. Works it into Pavlovic. He works against Friesen. Spin move, jump shot, no good. Boarded by Proctor. And the Swathers are out and running again. Proctor surveying, crossover dribble, into the lane, shot up, it's good! What a play by Jake Proctor.
Just drove into the lane and beat out the Sunrise defense right there.
Really good, tough shot by Proctor. He put his head down, he was not giving that ball up.
And now it is 8-6, the advantage to the Swathers. The ball is with Figuera up top. Into the corner, Lindstedt, high arcing three again. No good, short, but you can't out-rebound 6'8" sometimes. And the board goes to Pavlovic, and now Figuera to reset. Pick and roll, he's open. Oh, that's gotta be a charge, and it is. The slam by Woolery after the play was magnificent, but the charge taken first there by Proctor.
That is the first personal on the 6'8" Pavlovic, and that could be a big factor as both big men both have a foul now in this game.
It'll be Proctor to bring it up. A little fancy schmancy dribbles. Micah Dawson checked in for the Swathers. Pull-up jumper, no good, nothing but air. And kick out, Micah Dawson, his three-pointer up is good. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Mr. 3, Micah Dawson.
Great job there by Jackson Fry to keep the play alive. And Swathers were able to corral it and find an open Micah Dawson in rhythm.
11-6 is our score, and Sunrise Christian will use their first timeout. The Swathers leading 11-6, and what a start for the Hesston Swathers.
Yeah, Swathers just doing everything right on the offensive end. A lot of shots are falling. Sorry, we're gonna go to an ad.
Hey Swather fans, thanks for choosing the Hesston Pharmacy. When you support our locally owned and operated pharmacy, you make it possible to pass it on to the Hesston kids with ads like this. Thank you, and go Swathers.
You were saying, Ben?
I lost my train of thought. Swathers have made, I think, all but about 1 or 2 of their shots here to start the half. So good to have a nice quick start there. Sunrise loves the three-pointer, and with a big man like Pavlovic, you can go in and out and look for guys to be hitting shots in rhythm.
Micah Dawson starting to pick up on the three-point game. Hadn't really got a few towards the start of the season, but now he's starting to pick it up.
Hart is going to attempt a three, no good, off the heel, boarded by the sophomore Friesen, and Proctor's going to push. And now they're going to stop and set up a play. They go to Dawson on the wing. Back to McGill and Friesen, all the way around the horn. Into Dawson, wide open layup is good. Dawson with a quick 5 off the bench, and the Swathers lead 13-6.
Yeah, again, a wonderful set play there by the Swathers to really just get a nice, easy lay-in for Dalston.
Pavlovic's gonna dribble over, looking for Woolery. He's got him now.
You love when players can come in and provide good energy off the bench.
Oh yeah, 100%. Dalston, a usual starter, but Friesen taking his spot tonight, but he has provided great kickstart off the bench. Into Pavlovic, he's wide open, his layup is good. Just out of position there by Friesen, and the layup is a bucket.
Great defense there by Reed Friesen, not trying to go for a block there when he was clearly outmanned and possibly pick up that second foul.
Veteran move there by the sophomore. And here's Jake Proctor, kick out, Reed Friesen, his three-pointer, no good, off the heel, but Jake Proctor crowds the board. He's gonna take a three. Smooth like butter. Jake Proctor's got 8 in the early going, or 7 in the early going, and the Swathers lead 16-8.
He is finding his stroke from anywhere on the floor right now.
And now it's Woolery on the wing. His left-handed dribble, spin move, kick out, and we're gonna get Proctor on the foul there.
Maybe a little bit of a flop there, but definitely a decent amount of contact. It gets called almost every time.
And Proctor, a 3-year starter here for the Swathers, starter on both of the, I guess he can't use the 6th man on the state championship team his sophomore year last year, the most prolific shooter on their team, maybe not the best scorer, but he is the true leader on this team. When you need a bucket, you know where to go. And as immediate turnover here, you got Adrian Hernandez on the break, thought about the pull-up, decides not, and he will pull it out and reset the offense.
When you got a 6'8" wingspan, you kind of think a little bit before you shoot on him.
And you got Proctor here. He's going to go. Kick out to Hernandez. Pump fake. He's going to drive. Got the corner. Layup up. No good. Maybe a little bit of out-of-control shot. And it is Figueroa going the other way.
I believe that shot was blocked as well.
He's going to drive and kick. A lot of drive and kick for Sunrise Christian here in the early going, as we only have 40 seconds remaining here in this first.
And like I said earlier, a drive and a kick is huge when you got guys that are ready to spot up and shoot on the outside.
The ball will go into Pavlovic, guarded by Eric Schmidt. Schmidt trying to put up a good fight, and he's just a little too short, and definitely a weight advantage there also, as Pavlovic's able to back him down and get the bucket, but good defense, valiant effort by Schmidt. There is 14 seconds remaining. Proctor's got the ball. He's going to drive. He takes 2 steps, and he is slammed to the floor by Pavlovic, and he will go to the line to shoot 2.
Good take by Jake Proctor. And again, we've had this a lot tonight. Guys and girls both just ready to get downhill. We're getting to the rim, and I'm going to either get a nice, easy lay-in, or I'm going to go up through the contacts and go try to put him in at the line.
Proctor's first free throw. Up and good for the Swathers. 8 points already on the night for the senior from Hesston, Kansas. I don't know where else he'd be from, but... Up and good, as Tyler Ruertz will re-enter the game for the Swathers. Give Jackson Fry a quick break before the second. 18-10 is our score. Looking for a quick bucket here, as Sunrise can double dip here as they have the possession arrow going into the next quarter. It'll be Figueroa. 5 seconds remain. Working against Ruertz. It's going to be Woolery. He's going to dribble. Pull-up jumper. Baseline is good. That was pure.
What a shot there by Woolery. That is a next level type shot. Drove in off of 1 foot, just knocks it down. You don't see that very often, especially at the high school level.
Yeah, great shot there by Woolery, and a little bit of momentum for the Buffaloes moving into the second quarter.
We'd like to thank all of our SSN sponsors that have supported us this year. We have been able to enroll more students in our programs and continue to create quality content largely because of your support. From all of us at Swathers Sports Network, thank you.
So it will be Sunrise Christian's ball heading into the second quarter. They're looking to go, I guess the basketball term for it is called, I believe, double dipping, when you get the last possession of 1 quarter and get the ball to start the next. I don't know if that's a football term or a basketball term. Oh, never mind, it's the Swathers, my bad.
It'll be Swather basketball coming out. I'd expect Coach Garroth in his first year, Swathers started 4-1. I'd expect him to run some sort of set play here. He's got the whole timeout to draw it up, and they're going to make an emphasis to try to get a nice, easy basket off of a set play right out of this timeout.
At the end of the first quarter, though, a little bit of a lopsided scoring fest for the Swathers. You got 5 from Dalston and 9 from... No, I'm 1.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. The thing's backwards. So it will be Swather basketball. Their lineup is currently Isaac Sanchez at the point.
Sanchez just checked in for the first
And
time.
Tyler, backdoor cut. Thought he had Ruarts, and now Hernandez is going to drive. The double team comes, and he gives it off to Micah Dalston.
That play there that the Swathers were running is a play that Bill Self runs quite a bit at KU. The Swathers just were not able to capitalize on it.
And it will now be with Sanchez in the corner. He's going to dribble left, looking in the lane. Kick out to Micah Dalston. His three-point shot. Bang! Mr. 3 strikes again. 8 points in the early going for Micah Dalston.
Great drive there by Isaac Sanchez. Drove to the middle of the lane. Defense collapsed and left Micah Dalston wide open in the quarter for his second three-pointer.
And in rhythm, easy knockdown. And now here's the drive. Kick out to Linwood for 2 is good.
Long, long 2. Worst shot in basketball.
Foot was on the line, but it's a bucket nonetheless. And it will be Swather ball.
Going back to that Micah Dalston three-pointer, we worked on that Isaac Sanchez move, I believe, yesterday in practice. So it is evolving here in the short going.
Hernandez on the drive, looking for someone, has it knocked away, and it is corralled by Pavlovic. It's Figueroa now towards the other end. Wes Waters has entered the game. Figueroa's three-pointer, bang! Pulled up right outside the three-point line. Hand in the face, did not phase him as they cut the lead to 21-17.
Slight precipitation outside, but we got a lot of threes being rained in here tonight.
Oh, yeah. Goes in the corner, Adrian Hernandez, pump fake, drive, layup, good, and 1, count it.
Looked like that might have been a charge. He might have been set, but the umpire didn't think that, and Hernandez will go to the line.
Was just a foul ball. He did not strike out, so he will go to the line to shoot another.
Get those mixed up sometimes.
Free throw is good, as Fry will check back in for the Swathers as they push their lead back to 7.
Something to watch. Woolery there picked up just his second foul, or just picked up his second foul. Could be a factor coming down the road.
He's played well. He's got a pure jumper as he'll bring the ball into the front court. Looking to drive baseline, and he slams it! Two-step throwdown.
Got a little through the ball. Kind of a delay of game there. Hopefully the officials will just let him play.
The rim is still shaking on the other end of the court. He threw that down with authority. And it will now be Jackson Fry on the offensive. Skips it over to Reed Friesen.
Swather's doing a really good job of kind of stealing minutes. Great pass by Sanchez.
Almost got the and 1.
Like I said, Jake Proctor coming back in the game here with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left gone in the second quarter. Swathers did a really good job of stealing minutes while Proctor, their best player, was on the bench. Sanchez providing great energy and a nice pass to Reed Friesen, who just misses his first free throw.
Jake Proctor will recheck back in for the Swathers. As the second free throw for Reed Friesen is incoming and leaves it short. He goes 0 for 2 from the line and boarded by Hart, and it will be Figueroa that brings it the other way. He gets it back. His pull-up in rhythm, no good. Boarded by Reed Friesen and off to Proctor, and he will slow it down a little bit. Not good numbers there. Good, smart decision there by Proctor. Now it's Proctor on the wing, looking to set up a play. Gets it to Dalston, to Friesen, to Fry. Now it's into Proctor in the post. He's gonna, was looking to turn and hit the jumper. He's fighting on the floor for it, and we're gonna get a jump ball, which will go to the Buffalo.
Swathers got it at the start of the quarter, and now the Buffaloes get it here in the middle of the second quarter.
Lindstedt back to Hart, and he's gonna work against Proctor. Over to Woolery. Woolery's gonna work against Dalston. Looking for a screen, maybe now he's gonna go ISO. He goes baseline, and nothing there. Great defense there by Dalston, and it'll swing around to Hart. Hart looking for Figueroa, deflected by Fry, and here comes Proctor on the other end. Proctor, oh, with a little bit of hesitation, but Hart was not fooled, and the Swathers will have to pull it out and slow down. Proctor with the pump fake, he's gonna drive. Pull-up jumper, middle of the lane is good. Just as smooth as ever, and Proctor's got 11.
Yeah, Jake Proctor did a really good job. It was kind of just him that possession and just showed who was the better offensive player there on the other end.
It'll now be with Woolery again. Swathers push their lead back to 7. It goes inside to Pavlovic. Kick to Figueroa. His three-pointer looks good, is good. Nothing but the bottom of the net. 2 for 3 from deep is Figueroa, and he's got 6, and they cut the lead to 4.
Jackson Fry went to help on the backside of Pavlovic or whatever, and got burnt on Figueroa's three-pointer.
Now entering the game will be number 22, Kabari. Proctor throws it in to McGill, to Friesen. Oh, had Fry, and now Proctor's gonna drive baseline. Crossover back to the baseline, and his ball's deflected and stolen by number 0, McElroy, and it will now be Sunrise Christian ball going the other way. Now with Kabari, into the corner, Pavlovic. Up top to Hart. Hart over to McElroy, into the corner. Three-pointer by Kabari, no good, long, but Friesen unable to hold on to the board, and it falls out of bounds. Ball will go into Pavlovic. Over to Hart. Hart working against McGill, gives it over to Kabari. Kabari's gonna drive, he's left-handed, his shot, layup is good. Might have been a little contact from Friesen, lucky it wasn't called, and the Sunrise Christian has cut the Swather lead that was 1-7 all the way down to 2.
Swathers need to just be under control here. They call the play, set play here, but yeah, definitely need to be under control to try to get a good basket here.
Proctor working against 2, and they're gonna get a foul on Pavlovic, and that is gonna be his second, team's 5th foul, but he will have to be careful for the rest of the half. And it looks like he will come and take a seat for a little bit as number 15, Bernardo Lopes, will enter the game for him.
Reed Friesen will get a break while Pavlovic gets a break as well, making sure that Reed Friesen gets a break while he is not in the game.
The ball goes up top to Dalston, and now you got Fry looking for Proctor in the corner.
Proctor wanted that shot, but great closeout.
Now it goes into Hernandez. He's gonna work him in, looking backside. Now it goes to Dalston. Dalston's 3, no good, off the heel, but the board will go off of Hart and stay here with the Alfalfa cutting machines. And we are gonna get a timeout by Coach Roth of the Swathers.
2:50 left here in the second quarter.
Quick ad break with the Pizza Man.
The Bradbury Group's a proud supporter of the Hesston High School Athletics. Bradbury is a family-owned custom equipment manufacturer headquartered in Mound Ridge. They are currently hiring entry-level and advanced manufacturing careers. Bradbury's family environment, variety and changing work, opportunities to advance, and great benefits are unmatched. To learn more, visit bradburygroup.com.
And we'll come back from this timeout. Swathers with a kind of low side sideline inbounds. Not the best place to have to inbound. Not a lot of shots that you can, not a lot of plays you can draw up from this inbounding position. So just looking to get it in, maybe run a set play and see what they can do as they try to stop this quick little run here by the Buffalo. So it will now be Proctor at the top of the key. Gets it to Hernandez. Might a little far by Kabari there, and it is indeed the 6th foul on the Buffalo.
Swathers looked like they were going to run that play again that Bill Self likes to run. But we got the foul, so we'll reset it.
Ball goes into Proctor. He kicks it out to Ruhr. It's his three-pointer.
Nice looking shot.
No good, but it is long. It was a good looking shot, and now here comes Faguara the other way. Into the corner to Kabari. Kabari back to Faguara as he works left. Gets the screen, tries to throw a pass, off lane McGill, and here comes Micah Dalston, and he's got to slow it up as he did not have the numbers.
This is a spot in the game where the Swathers have to capitalize. A lot of Sunrise's key players are on the bench, and good rebound there by Lane McGill, but the Swathers got to get a basket and quickly.
It was a good look from Micah Dalston. They've been falling. That one just didn't, as now it's with McGill in the corner. He's going to work left and find Dalston again. Dalston looking to get it inside, but Hernandez just doesn't have the positioning. And oh, it is stolen by Faguara. He might throw this one down. He does not. Just goes with a nice little finger roll, and the game is tied at 26s.
Faguara with a nice 8 points was able to quickly take advantage of that errant pass, and that ties up the game.
Mikkel Roy is playing very good defense on Jake Proctor, which is a great help to the Swathers offense is being stalled.
And we're going to travel on the Swathers as Dalston looks a little bit upset. There's a lot of, the pressure has increased a lot, and it's just getting to be a little bit too much for the Swathers. It will now be Hart to inbound the basketball. You know, a quick fact about buffaloes, they're an interesting creature because when, you know, most animals smell rain coming, they walk away from the rain. But buffaloes, they decide to walk through the rain so they get through the rain faster. There's just your interesting buffalo fact. You know, it can be a life metaphor of, you know, don't run away from your problems because they'll last longer, but if you walk through your problems, you know, be a buffalo.
And early here in the game, the Buffaloes definitely walked right into the rain, stepped up, and were knocking down the triples, possibly going to continue throughout the game.
Proctor, his drive and kick to McGill. McGill's going to drive, fadeaway shot, no good. What a board by Hernandez, but they're going to get a foul on Hernandez.
Did they get a foul on Hernandez?
They got a push-off on Adrian.
That is a really bad call there by the officials. Hernandez had the position, boxed the guy out, got the rebound, and they still somehow got the foul called on him.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, but it's now Hart to inbound, and he gets it to McElroy. He's going to go up the side. He is quick and gets it back to Kabari. 7-0 run currently by the Buffalo as Hart drives in. His shot blocked by Friesen. Friesen gets the board, and now it goes to Proctor. Proctor's looking to run. Proctor, quick hezzy dribble, pull-up jumper, no good, but he was fouled by number 15, Lopes, and he will go to the line to shoot two.
Really good help there by Reed Friesen on the other end. Guy got beat off the dribble, and Reed Friesen stepped over, and at 6, how tall is Reed Friesen?
6'6".
At 6'6", that's a nice easy step up and a block for him.
And a very athletic 6'6" at that, as Proctor hits the first free throw, making him 3 for 3 on the night to put an end to their cold streak. So we have just 49 seconds remaining here in this second. His second free throw up is good, nothing but the bottom of the net.
In transition there, right before Jake Proctor was gonna get fouled there, McElroy got switched off of Jake Proctor, so Jake Proctor saw the mismatch and decided to pull up, and eventually it resulted in 2 points for the Swathers.
And now it'll be with Kabari on the wing. Kick up to McElroy. He's going to drive back to Kabari. Guarded closely by Fry. Good defense. Backdoor cut. Goes up with it. Can't get it. Saved by Dalston. And the Swathers will probably hold for the last with 28 seconds remaining here in the first half. Proctor, he's going to work, and he's going to pull it back out. Just 20 seconds remain now.
Coach Roth calling out the set play that he wants the Swathers to run here. That'd be a foul there by McElroy.
Close to a foul. And now it's Jake with it. 12 seconds remain. Kicks to the corner to Fry. He pump fakes. Now back to Jake. His three-pointer, no good, but he was fouled by McElroy, and he will go to the line to shoot two. McElroy all over him that possession, was just waiting for the foul call to come, and it comes on the shot.
McElroy has essentially been in Jake Proctor's pants ever since he came into the game. He is all the way up right onto him, and he's just sticking to him like glue, basically, the whole entire time.
2 straight possessions they've contested a Jake Proctor shot and accidentally fouled him.
Don't think it's accidental. He's made every one of them that he hasn't gotten fouled on, so as Proctor sinks another, there is 5.5 remaining, so there still will be a last-second shot. And you know, people don't understand time as well in basketball. 5.5 seconds is a lot of time. You're going to end up with at least 3 or 4 dribbles and a shot off of this.
Was it just me, or was Proctor fouled on a three?
No, it was right in front of the line.
Okay. I guess the wall's in my way.
Yeah. So they got 4. Now Kabari, he's going to work. Behind the back dribble. His shot, no good, kind of short. He still had a lot of time left. And, you know, it's just that them not quite understanding the amount of time. But the Swathers take a 31-26 lead into the half. I thought it was 30-26. It was 26-26, and then Proctor made 4 free throws.
It might be, but the Swathers on a 4 or 5 point run to end the half after Sunrise went on a 7-0 run to take the lead before half.
Yeah, great half there by the Swathers. Sunrise came out with a lot of energy and really kind of punched the Swathers in the mouth briefly, but the Swathers were able to respond well and were able to get some key players for Sunrise in foul trouble. Woolery has 2 and Pavlovic as well. Look for that to be a factor in the second half, but the Swathers with a very, very solid half, and they did correct the score up on the scoreboard. The final score for the first half, Swathers 30, Sunrise Christian 26.
So that will be it for our first half coverage, but you're not going to want to miss the second half of this one, folks, so we will catch you here in a little bit.
I'll be back.
And welcome back to the shed. We are getting ready for some second half action here between the Hesston Swathers and the Sunrise Christian Academy Buffalo. Quite the first half, if I do say so.
Absolutely. Both teams came out firing, and the Swathers just ended up just a little bit ahead to end the half. Sunrise had a little bit of foul trouble towards the end of the half, so be looking for that. Woolery, number 20, and Pavlovic, number 21, both have 2 fouls. But yeah, look for the Swathers to get right back in action and be able to drive the ball and find their shooters, and Sunrise looks to do the same as well.
Both teams have their starters on the floor. So for the Swathers, it is Friesen, Ruertz, McGill, Proctor, and Hernandez. And for the Buffalo, as Proctor, pull-up jumper is just pure as always.
He had the lane to the basket right there, but he chose to shoot the jumper. It does not matter.
It's like taking a sip of ice-cold water after a long run, just pure. And for the Buffalo, their starters are also back in Figuera, Woolery, Hart, Linwood, and Pavlovic.
Adrian Hernandez, a little bit just kind of running back a little bit too much, try to take a charge, not the place where you can really do that, because the defender's coming at you, you're running back. Unless he lowers his shoulder, it's going to be a blocking foul every time.
It's going to be Woolery, kicks across to Linwood, now to Figuera. Swather lead back up to 6. Figuera almost had it stolen. He's going to drive, kick to Hart, it's not there, and now to Woolery.
Good defense by Tyler Ruertz. Got away with a little bit of a foul, but now Woolery turns it over.
Lane McGill with the ball now, and the Swathers going the other way. Hernandez with a rip and a drive and a great right hand over the 6'8" Pavlovic, giving up 4 inches, but able to go with the hook and knock it down.
Swathers have now gone on an 8-0 run ever since Sunrise was able to tie it at 26 in the first half.
Figuera, pull-up jumper, no good, off the back iron, and the board goes to Hernandez. Now Proctor's going to want to run. He's trying to go post to post, coast to coast, my bad, and he does not, and now it works with McGill.
Possibly a foul there on Woolery. Kind of got on Proctor's hip, but a good no call by the officials.
That also close to a foul. As a kick out goes to Friesen. His three-pointer, no good, nothing but the backboard. But Tyler Ruertz there to follow it up, and the Swathers 6-0 lead to start the second quarter, and now they're up by 10.
Swathers are getting really easy layups right now, and it is hurting the Sunrise Buffaloes.
Yeah, all Swathers here to start the second half. Great rebound by Tyler Ruertz inside. Got a nice box out on a defender that's about the same size. Shot was just a really bad shot for Sunrise, and the Swathers just ended up being the lucky group on that nice easy lay-in.
Rolling Wheels is a proud sponsor of the Swather Sports Network. Since 2016, Rolling Wheels has been your local pre-owned car dealer, and we are proud to help many Swathers get in their first ride. Call or text us at 620-869-9982. Go Swathers.
And one of the things that we just see time and time again with the Swathers is their ability to come out in the third quarter. The Swathers' third quarter plus minus over the last few years is just astronomical. There'll be close games heading into the half, and then, you know, as Roger Trimble always said, it's the first 4 minutes. It just is, you know. You win the first 4 minutes of each half, you're going to win most basketball games. And the Swathers came out in the second half looking to win those first 4 minutes, and so far, 6-0 run to start.
Yeah, Swathers just doing everything right. Hopefully they can continue to push on and do those things. And now with a little bit of a press coming out of this timeout.
Almost a walk there by Linwood, and now it goes to Figuera. He goes up to Linwood, high pass, could have been stolen, and now he tries to work along the baseline. He gets all the way under, kick out to Woolery, over to Hart, and back up top to Figuera. They broke the press, but not able to capitalize. Now it goes in the corner to Hart. He thought about the three. He's gonna Euro dump. I don't even know what that move was, but he's gonna go to the line to shoot 2.
Could have called a travel, you could have called a charge, or you could have called a block. And Adrian Hernandez just ends up on the wrong end of that call, as that'll be his 3rd personal foul.
Got a little bit of everything, but that's okay. Hart's gonna go to the line, and he will shoot 2. No good off the heel.
It definitely seems like at times in this game, Sunrise has been a little bit surprised with the physicality that the Swathers are wanting to play with. and it takes them a little bit to adjust. Like in the first half, the Swathers came out really physical. Sunrise adjusted, got the game back tied. I'd look to see them be able to make that adjustment and be more physical here to start the second half as they get one free throw there.
36-27 is our score, and it looks like they have switched to a 2-3 zone. A 2-3 zone, the kryptonite of this Hesston Swathers program has been for a while, but they get it inside. Kick out three to Ruerts, nothing but air, and the board will be by Hart. Not the shot the Swathers wanted there.
Yeah, very early within the possession. Swathers are really looking to pass more before that.
And they get the steal. Pass goes up to Proctor, and they miss the pass. Faguara with a great play. Proctor pats him on the back, says, keep your head up, son, and back on defense, the Swathers go. Faguara gets the screen, pull up three, no good, left it short in the board by the senior Proctor. He's gonna get out and run. He's gonna pull up, his three-pointer up, it is no good. Board by Friesen, back up with it, and one, and the third foul on Pavlovic.
Great job by Reed Friesen. Didn't give it up, ran the floor, got that board, and they got a pretty cheap foul there on Pavlovic.
Also a great job on Jake Proctor's part, getting the ball and pushing in transition and not letting them set up their 2-3 zone.
That's the biggest thing for the Swathers when a team is in a zone. Hesston always loves to run no matter what, but even more when they're in a zone because you can get those nice, easy lay-in baskets because you're in more of a man-to-man type setup when you're still running back.
Yeah, and when you stop to think about it, in a zone, you're not running back to a person, you're running back to a place. And so people can get miscounted for if someone isn't in the right place, like that's an easy layup. So transition is the best way to beat a zone. Friesen unable to convert the three-point play. He's 0 for 3 from the line tonight, and it'll be hard on the other side. Crossover dribble, dish in to number 12, Waters, and a spin move by Kabari. He's going to drive. A lot of steps there. Misses the layup. Boarded by Friesen. He had McGill streaking down the court. Didn't see him. And now it's Proctor. Splits the defenders. Kick out to Friesen. Oh, and the Swathers will slow it down.
If that was Micah Dawson, he is definitely pulling the trigger on that three-pointer.
Yep, and Friesen, a little bit of a inexperienced play there, turns it over, and Proctor will end up having to pay the price, picking up his second foul.
Again, another play where Sunrise player was just out of control, and a Swather player was there trying to take the ball away and ended up with an unfortunate foul.
It'll be Kabari now to bring it down the court. Pass it over to Linwood. Linwood working against Sanchez. Jackson Fry all up in the grill of Kabari, trying to force him to go to the right. He is a left-hander, and he is going to end up getting to go left. He tries to kick it out, and he's going to throw it away, and it will be Swather basketball. Great defense by Fry.
Waters just could not hang on to the basketball. A good, strong physical drive by Kabari. Had Waters open in the corner. Not a great pass, but Waters still should have had it. Ball goes out off Sunrise to the Swathers.
And now the Swathers looking to run a set play for Proctor. His three-pointer is good. Smooth like butter once again for Jake Proctor. He's got more than I can count.
Jake Proctor shoots the ball so well. He gets open. You can't give him more than about a step. And he just picked up his third personal foul on a foul that probably should have gone on Lane McGill. He needs to be really careful as he's the leading scorer in the game tonight with 20 points. That's unofficial, but he has 20.
The average is about 21 a game, I believe, and so
Goodness gracious.
this 20-point outing is no surprise for Jake Proctor.
Yeah,
I think
but
he has four on the season.
Linwood on the drive, nothing there. Great defense here by the Swathers. And Sanchez with the deflection, and it's going to go off of Waters. Back-to-back times having the ball steal the play off of Waters, and it will be Swather basketball as they have pushed this lead all the way to 41-27.
Jake Proctor was very happy with Isaac Sanchez after that play, getting the turnover and getting it back on offense where they can get a chance to go up by more than 14.
Yeah, it was just a swarming defense.
Proctor for three again. Oh, it's going to be a foul.
Yeah.
Oh.
Reed Friesen got really lucky there.
Yeah.
He was going up over, I believe that was Hart, and he got lucky the ball was out of bounds far enough away that he wasn't able to pick up the foul. And now the Swathers are going to look to steal some time here with Jake Proctor on the bench with 3 fouls.
Yeah, up 14 though, you just gotta, any momentum shift. If it gets below 10, you'll put him back in. But until then, no point to really risk the 4th foul.
I did not realize that the Swathers were up by 14.
It turned in a hurry. A 10-1 run to open this, or 11-1. Three-pointer by Linwood is good. Nothing but the bottom of the net. And they cut the lead down to 11. A much-needed 3 made there by Linwood. Lindstead, my bad. And now it'll be Fry back to Sanchez, over to Ruerts. Had Friesen flash in the lane, couldn't find him, and now it's with just between passing it around the perimeter. Look to get some penetration. Oh, lucky there for the Swathers.
Tyler Ruerts, right place, right time. Swathers got to be able to get a little more movement with their guards. They're kind of just standing. Posts are doing a great job moving, but they got to get a little more movement because they're just very stagnant.
Oh.
And an extremely lucky call on that travel.
Yeah, Linwood was finna rock the gym with the jam he was about to throw down. Or Woolery was about to rock the gym with a jam, but unfortunately, Lindstead didn't have the time to pass in the ball because of the travel.
Pavlovic did roll around on the ground there, so it was a very lucky call, but I think it was the right call by the referee.
Number 30, Eric Schmidt, will enter for the Swathers. Sanchez going to drive and kick.
That's the kind of movement the Swathers are looking for with this zone offense. Now they switch more to a man.
Friesen didn't even look to shoot the 3 there. And now gives it to McGill. He will shoot the 3, and no good, boarded by Pavlovic. The Swathers really without a true scorer on the floor at the moment, so trying to find a little bit of identity there. Up 11, it's Kabari now, over to Lindstead. Lindstead gets the screen from Pavlovic, over to Hart. Now to Kabari. Kabari working left like he loves to do. And has to pass back up top to Hart. Hart gets the screen. He's going to go left, fade away, but he traveled before.
Yeah, good call by the official there. Went in, kind of tried to go for a step back, but he picked up his dribble, shuffled his feet just a little bit too much, and it'll be now Swather basketball.
Look for Sunrise to start going inside as they like the matchup of Eric Schmidt on Pavlovic.
Get inside there, Pizza Man. Now we got Proctor to bring it up, back in, little offense-defense kind of action here. Now it's over with Friesen, and back to Proctor.
Sunrise now back to a man-to-man. I'm very surprised to see that, as the Swathers have definitely struggled with the zone offense.
Great back cut by Jake Proctor.
Into the lane. He's swatted by Hart, but Proctor knocks it out of bounds, and it will go to the Buffalo. Good play. Just, you got to know when you're not the tallest guy at the party, and Jake Proctor had to learn the hard way there. It'll be McElroy to bring it up. Working a little side-to-side dribbles. Hart wide open for 3. No good. Friesen with the board, and the Swathers will slow it down.
Great look there by Hart. Stepped right into that three-pointer. Surprised it was not able to fall for him.
I love stepping into three-pointers. It's the easiest way to make a three-pointer.
McElroy pass to Faguara. Ooh, bad collision, and I believe, is that Proctor?
It's Jackson Fry.
That's Jackson Fry. Him and Proctor, he just nailed Proctor's shoulder there. Just hard blow to the head.
Woolery with the Pavlovic there with the bucket. Who scored?
It was Faguara.
Faguara scored.
Cut the lead to 9. It just they ended up screening each other like a crossing route in football where the two DBs just hit each other. Neither one of them saw it coming, and they just...
I believe it's called a pick play.
Thank you, Eli.
Yeah, that would be one where the officials would call
offensive.
Throw something for a illegal blindside block or something like that.
Mm-hmm. It was, yeah. That'd be
a defenseless receiver.
If Jackson Fry was Tom Brady, that'd be a $100,000 fine and take away your cleats for lifetime. So it'll now be Lane McGill, and he gives it off to Friesen. And Proctor bobbles it for a split second. Only 28 remaining on the clock, so expect the Swathers to hold for the last one. But Proctor's going to drive, has it taken, and now you got Hart. He's got Faguara up ahead. His finger roll is good. Quick 7-0 run for the Buffalo. Now there is 13 seconds left. Now down to 10. Proctor calling out a play.
Swathers in a big need for a basket quickly.
Gets it to Friesen. Proctor. His pump fake, gets inside, kick out to Sanchez. 2 on the clock, 1 on the clock. McGill's three-pointer, no good, it is short.
Great job there by the Swathers. Good ball movement. Lane McGill's shot just doesn't fall, but that's exactly what you want. You used all 13 seconds. You didn't take a bad shot. That is a high quality look, wide open at the buzzer. You can't ask much more for that.
It's kind of surprised Jake Proctor didn't shoot that ball on the wing. It's kind of wide open and decided to pump fake, and nothing was in the lane for him right there.
Yeah, credit Sunrise very well. They've cut the lead now to 7. It was 14, and they get the ball here to start the fourth quarter. I expect them to be running some sort of set play here, coming out of the break, and hopefully to try to cut the Swathers lead to 2 possessions.
Hesston College receive a minimum scholarship package of 65% of tuition, a discount of over $19,000 per year at Hesston College when you meet the following criteria. Graduate from a high school within 50 miles radius of Hesston College, live on campus, meet admission acceptance standards. With your discount, you are guaranteed to pay less than the average price of K-State, KU, and Wichita State. Hesston College, start here, go everywhere.
So looking at this fourth quarter here, Sunrise Christian come in down 7. What do we think the keys are for them to be able to climb back in this game, and how do the Swathers keep it from happening?
Stop Jake Proctor. Don't let him score. Don't let him score as many points as he has been. Do not let him shoot open shots, and just contain him and make the Swathers find a different scorer.
That's pretty solid advice, really. Jake Proctor will start out on the bench, get a quick break, and here comes the Buffalo.
Surprised Micah Dalston hasn't been playing a lot this half. I've kind of noticed that.
And it will be Hart over to Figuara, and now to McElroy. Looking in, not a lot, and now to Pavlovic. He's gonna drive, had an open lane, his layup up, no good. And we're gonna get a foul on Woolery, I believe.
Push Tyler Ruitz in the back right there.
That's on Figuara.
Who they get it on?
Figuara.
Okay.
Tyler Ruitz was fighting between 2 defenders, had the position on both of them, and just got pushed a little bit, causing the foul on Figuara.
Looks like it'll be Sanchez to bring it up. Little crossover dribble as he brings it across the timeline. And now it is with Ruertz. Oh, got away with a walk there. Kick out to Friesen. He pump fakes. Oh, had Lane McGill wide open and just missed him.
That's a shot where if Friesen's made at least one of the threes he's taken tonight, he probably shoots that shot. But with a little bit of a cold hand from beyond the arc, he decides to give it up, and the Swathers will turn the ball over.
Great play by McElroy there on the defensive as he blocked Hernandez, and it will now be Figuara on the other end.
Kind of happening just like what happened in the girls' game. The Lady Swathers made a late run in the 3rd to 4th quarters to come back into the game, and that's what Sunrise is starting to do a little bit right here. Just look for that to be a factor.
That play right there, just classic case of not using your all, I guess. Didn't go for try to catch it with 2 hands, tried to catch it with 1 instead of 2, and just ended up, the ball slipped out and rolled out of bounds. Heard a Peyton Manning quote earlier where he said, if you're not gonna try to catch a ball with 2 hands, never play for me again. So, it's an unfortunate break there for the Buffalo, but the Swathers will be back on the offensive. Kick out to Lane McGill. He's going to drive baseline, gets all the way into the lane, and going to be knocked out. Another great defensive play by McElroy.
And that's another example of a Swather player that typically takes that shot. Hasn't been falling, pump fake, tried to create, wasn't there, and ends up trying to find a teammate, and Sunrise will knock it out of bounds. It'll be Swather's ball under the basket.
Good sign for the Swathers. Jackson Fry is already back into the game. Checked in about 30 seconds ago for Tyler Ruitz.
And now it goes to Sanchez. He's going to drive. Oh, had a lane. And now it'll be Fry. Oh, tries to go over the top to Lane McGill, and it'll be knocked out by Figuara and stay with the Swathers.
Surprised Jake Proctor hasn't came in so far in this 4th quarter, only having 3 fouls.
Trying to steal as many minutes as possible. One thing I've seen a lot with this Swathers team is, great pass by Isaac Sanchez. Lane McGill will tie him up, but Isaac Sanchez has done a really good job of trying to penetrate hard. He drives into the middle of the lane, tries to find someone else to pass to, and does a really good job of creating shots for other people. He doesn't have any points on the stat sheet, but he's done a great job of creating points for other people.
And I feel like it's just a classic case of recognizing your role. I mean, unfortunately, Sanchez is a solid 6 inches shorter than, wow, what a drive by Jackson Fry with the left hand.
Great job of making up for Jake Proctor, as he is, I believe, just taking a breather.
But as I was saying about Sanchez, kind of just recognizing his role. He's a solid 4 to 6 inches shorter than everyone, and we're going to block here on Hernandez.
I think he was elbowed in the face maybe, and that's why he went so far to the other side.
But yeah, just great job by Sanchez so far of recognizing what his job is supposed to be and playing through that to just get the passes off. But Eric Schmidt will enter back in for the Swathers. He'll be tasked with guarding Pavlovic. Goes up top to Hart. Hart trying to direct traffic. Down by 9 are the Buffalo.
Maybe got away with a little bit of a travel there, slip of the foot.
Now it looks like Woolery will drive baseline, kick out to Hart. He juggles, he's gonna drive. His shot, no good, gets his own board up and in.
A little bit out of control there, was able to regain possession and make a nice easy 2.
He'll now be with Friesen. Tries to get the poke from behind, and Hart picks up the foul. Will be just his second, I believe. First personal. It'll be McGill to inbound. Gets it off to Fry, and he will bring it across. Nice little hesitate dribble into the lane. Shot, blocked, no good. Gets his own board, though.
Oh, wow,
and
pinball.
Deflection to Friesen, who is then blocked out of bounds, but it will still stay with the Swathers.
That right there by Jackson Fry was him trying to do just a little bit too much. Luckily, they didn't turn the ball over. He had that drive just a little bit ago. That time he got a little too deep. The defense collapsed because they saw what he did the last time. And luckily, the ball played a little pinball, and it fell the right way for the Swathers.
It'll be Friesen now, looking to drive into the lane. Looking for someone to kick. He's got Fry. Fry's going to drive, turn and kick to Sanchez. Sanchez now just taking the time, and he's going to end up turning this one over. Right idea, just not quite the best pass. And now it'll be with Hart and now Faguara.
Looks like Proctor might have got a little blood on his shorts. They're doing a little switcheroo on the bench.
What a shot by Faguara, and he's going to be fouled and go to the line to shoot 2.
Like I was saying, Proctor, someone came and handed Proctor a pair of shorts, and he ran back somewhere else to change. I'd assume he got blood on him or something. If you get blood on your uniform, you have to change it. So look to see Proctor here back in the game very shortly.
Hernandez to re-enter the game for the Swathers. Faguara missed the first, so it's still a 7-point lead for the Swathers. His second also no good. Oh, it's gonna roll around good. And timeout by the Swathers. Perhaps maybe to give Proctor a little bit of extra time so we can bring him in.
KSI Realty, Rachel Burge and Brendan Nebel focus on relationships and going beyond the sale. Let this KSI team show you the proven results up and down the I-35 corridor. Hashtag sold by KSI.
4 minutes left. Not, what are you gonna say?
GLC Real Estate Services Incorporated is your only hometown real estate agency. Is a proud sponsor of the Hesston Swathers. Call the GLC team for all your real estate needs. 620-327-3100 or find us at www.glcrealestate.com or on Facebook.
So down by 6, just over, oh my gosh.
Central Kansas Counseling, serving individuals, couples, families, and kids throughout the region. Central Kansas Counseling walks alongside you in your pursuit of living a more healthy, courageous, and authentic life. Call now to get started.
Can I talk yet?
Yeah, I just had to get through them all.
Well, okay.
It's not like college football where we have 3-minute timeouts between every possession. So
I was just getting through them so you can talk through all the rest of the timeouts here in this game.
And it looks like Sunrise Christian will come out in a press. Oh, Schmidt had Fry, but now he's able to get it to him. Good crossover dribble by Fry, and they're looking to trap him there in the corner. They got the trap they wanted. They throw it in, and the pass is stolen and knocked out by Sanchez, but it looks like we're going to get Proctor back in with that dead ball.
The Swathers got really lucky there that it was a live ball turnover, but turned into a dead ball turnover. Sunrise had a chance at a nice, easy lay-in on the other end that could have cut the lead to 4.
Now it will be with Waters. Looking in, no one there. Pavlovic with the screen.
Good help by Lane McGill.
Ball goes around the wing. Hart was wide open for 3, doesn't take it. They're looking in for him. Hart's gonna drive, his layup, up and good. Great play, great drive there by Darius Hart.
Nice little English off the glass there from Hart.
Proctor now in the game. Gets it across, gets the ball back. What a dish! Pump fake, and he is fouled. But what a play by Proctor. Give and go in the dish. It was all there.
It's a great start when Jake Proctor comes right back into the game, getting right involved right away.
Some important free throws here for Lane McGill.
Short. Oh.
Able to roll it home. Little fun fact about Lane, he is also an avid robotics programmer. He's very, very good at it. His team is one of the top in the state. Just a little snippet about him. His second free throw up, no good. Off the back heel, and the board goes to Waters, and here comes Faguara. Gets it off to Lindstedt, back to Faguara, and here comes a pick from Pavlovic. He's gonna try to drive, kick to Lindstedt. He's gonna drive, nice little gather. Kick out to Waters, his 3, no good. Pavlovic the board, step through, and he is gonna be fouled, but they're gonna call it on the floor.
Should be on the floor. Reed Friesen almost had that rebound, just mistimed his jump, and the rebound was able to go to the much taller Pavlovic. They both jumped at the same time, but him being 2 inches taller just helped his arms be able to reach up there and grab that basketball.
And it looks like they will give him the benefit of the doubt here, as he will go to the line to shoot 2, as the original call was on the floor. His first free throw, oh, it's a 1-and-1.
It was a 1-and-1.
No good, and the Swathers.
So we were right, it was on the floor. Swathers, or Sunrise is now in the bonus, so therefore 1-and-1.
Tough break for Sunrise, could have cut it to 3. Now McGill's on the floor, they're yelling for a timeout, and they're gonna get it granted. Great play there by Coach Roth, as that would have been a turnover.
And also a really good job by Lane McGill. He slipped and fell and did a fantastic job of keeping his dribble alive, so then therefore a travel call was not the result of him slipping and falling.
So will be Swather ball coming out of this timeout. They're only up by 5. There's still a good chunk of change left in this game with, 189 seconds to go. But it's been a good one so far.
This one's going to be a dogfight all the way down to the wire. Swather's going to have to capitalize late, especially from the free throw line.
It's a dogfight.
Yes, sir.
Calling the dogs.
And put out the fire.
We're going to crown us a new king.
A little bit of Cars action right there.
McGill to inbound and has Proctor. Nice little stutter dribble, and he gets right past and picks up the foul. Proctor, great move there, just quick off the dribble. Able to get Woolery, I believe that's his 3rd or 4th.
I believe it will be his
third.
Third foul, but a great move by Proctor. Got ahead of him and then kind of slowed up. Woolery's chasing him. He's going to get that foul called every single time.
Nigel Pack loved to do that move. It's the only person I remember that's ever done it. Him and Jake Proctor, but.
Proctor in the lane, his shot, and 1. Jake Proctor is just good at basketball. There's no other way to say it. He's come to play here in the Shed tonight.
That is what you would call a man amongst boys. Jake Proctor gets to the middle of the lane, pump fakes, gets his defender in the air, and is able to go up, in, and around him, make the basket, and hopefully convert on the old-fashioned three-point play.
And he gets it, and a quick swing as, Sunrise Christian had the chance with the free throws to cut the lead to 3. Free throw goes in and out, and the Swathers' next possession get an and 1 bucket to push it back to 8 here with just over 2:45 left in this game. Great back cut by Woolery, but he's immediately doubled. Good help by Friesen.
And
Didn't
by
have
Lane
his dribble,
McGill.
and he double dribbles.
When Friesen had to go help over there, Lane McGill picked up the big, tall post player for Sunrise, and it resulted in a Sunrise turnover.
Big, tall post player is the equivalent to Pavlovic. Crossover by Proctor, and now it's with McGill.
And again, this is a point in the game where we talked about it when Sunrise had the lead earlier. The Swathers are looking for free throws and layups right now. They'll be in the bonus with a 1-and-1 on the next foul, just kind of moving the ball, trying to get the defense out of position to result in an easy layup.
Jackson Fry, his shot no good. Wild, what a board by Proctor, and he's just gonna pull it back out. Veteran move there by Jake Proctor.
And again, a man amongst boys.
Oh, just some fancy crossovers. He's gonna go at the bucket. Oh my goodness, up and under, no good. Just couldn't get the finish. But the board by Jackson Fry, and the Swathers have it again.
They had Ruwarts open underneath, but the Swathers are gonna pull it out. A lot of loud cheers coming from the crowd, and that's because the Swathers are just taking advantage and dominating on this offensive possession.
Proctor just chilling, waiting for Woolery to step up and contest him to get a count, and now he does. Proctor goes right around him, kicks to Fry. Fry over to Ruwarts. Ruwarts back to Fry, and to McGill, and back to Proctor. They've wasted 1 minute and 12 seconds so far on this possession. Proctor now, he's gonna drive to the hoop. His layup up, and finger roll is good! Jake Proctor, once again, 23 on the night.
Threading the needle.
Have yourself a day, Jake Proctor.
You knew the ball was going to be in his hands the entire way. Put the Swathers up by 10. Three-pointers no good, and know who gets the rebound? None other than Jake Proctor.
The dog in the doghouse right there.
Took over the game. He's been there all night long. Left the game early in the fourth quarter for something. We don't really know what. Probably blood-related. He had to change his shorts. But definitely showed that he is the Swathers' best player tonight and easily the best player in the gym.
And some will go as far as say the best player in 3A Kansas basketball. He is one of the most, if not most, prolific scorers in the state at the 3A level. He can shoot it with the best of them. You know, 23 tonight on, I don't even know if he's missed more than 2 or 3 shots that he wasn't fouled on. Free throw.
And he's perfect from the line as well.
8 for 8 from the line. He's got, I believe the board over on the side says he's got 24.
I have 25, but maybe we're off a little bit.
Or close. His second free throw now. Also good, nothing but the bottom of the net. And we are going to get a full timeout here by Sunrise Christian, and the shed is rocking.
Yeah, Jake Proctor, according to my calculations, has 26 points and perfect from the free throw line. Absolutely took over the last about 3.5 minutes of this game.
And I believe he only has 3 misses from the field in general. I either think he's 7 for 7 or 9 from 9 from the line, which would make him, you know, also around 7 of 10 from the field. So what just a very just good night for Jake Proctor. Very efficient from the field. Just he's been at the right place at the right time, made the right decisions, and is 100% undoubtedly the leader of the Swather basketball team.
Yeah, and anytime you need a basket, he's the one that has gotten it. It seems like they were struggling at times to score. And against that zone, they struggled the first few possessions. Then who made the first three-pointer? It was Jake Proctor. There in the last little sequence, Hesston just kept swinging the ball, moving the ball, moving the ball, moving the ball, and then boom, Jake Proctor takes it right to the rim for a nice, easy lay-in.
And I think it definitely helps the experience that Proctor's been able to get these past 2 or 3 years, also playing so many meaningful minutes on varsity, and he's just gotten to the point where, you know, those years, yes, he could be the guy, but, you know, this year it is a lot on his shoulders to be the guy, and he doesn't have to fold under that pressure. He's been in those situations. He's had to be the guy at times, and it's been amazing to watch his development.
The Swathers really haven't played to their potential all year, and tonight they showed who they can be. I believe they showed who they can be and what kind of basketball team they are.
Good drive there by Hart. A little too fancy.
Yep.
If he just sticks it, nice easy with the left hand, even just a nice finger roll with the right hand, but he got a little too fancy, missed the shot, and we'll send Proctor to the other end to add to his point total.
Tried to put some English on a shot that really didn't need any at all, and it rolled off the rim, no good. Really, really pretty drive, great move, but, you know, sometimes best things in life are the simplest.
And there's the first miss of the night from the line for Jake Proctor.
Announcers jinx at its finest.
It happens.
Figueroa's three, no good. Boarded by Fry, off to Proctor, and he's going to be fouled again. 24 seconds left. And he will go to the line to shoot another 1-and-1, I believe. The fourth foul on Woolery there. So a great, what looks to be, unless a colossal collapse happens here in the last 24 seconds, looks to be a really, really high quality win for the Swathers. Quad 1 if you want to use Division I basketball terms. Definitely a hard-fought win, not one that a lot of people maybe thought the Swathers would get. You know, they didn't play their best game in the first game of the year against Southeast, possibly the team with the best chance at taking state this year. But they've definitely bounced back these last few weeks, and tonight, like Eli was saying, really showed their true potential of who they can be in this state.
And that Southeast game was a little odd because they played it at like 10 o'clock at night. The Swathers showed up, they had to move the game, and it just was a weird flow with how that whole night ended up. I would expect the Swathers to continue to pile on the wins and eventually end up in the state tournament later on down the road.
It would be a shock to a lot if the Swathers didn't end up there in the end.
If they play like this, I don't think anybody can stop them.
The back-to-back defending champions, you know, just a great culture here that's been built in Hesston. And there's so much more to come.
One thing that I was extremely impressed with the team tonight was just some of the role players, guys that don't typically score as much as others. Your guys like Isaac Sanchez, and I mean even Adrian Hernandez, who does score a lot, but typically is kind of that role player and secondary guys to Jake Proctor. They stepped up, they defended hard, and they did their jobs, and that's what matters, and that's what's going to take the Swathers a long ways. With a team that had 5 seniors that played the majority of the minutes along with Proctor last year, just getting into the flow of the season has been really good for the Swathers, and I've loved the improvement that I've seen so far from some of these guys that are getting their first little bits of varsity minutes early on.
And that will do it here from the shed. The Swathers outscore the Buffalo in the second half by a margin of 24-13. They take the game by 15 points and just an overall dominating second half. We'll be right back with our post-game wrap-up once the band finishes.
Wonderful band. Kudos to Lyle Graverson.
So a great night of basketball from the shed. Unfortunately, the Lady Swathers couldn't pull it out, but the guys had their back and ended up getting the win, and a very good one at that.
Yeah, for sure. This will look really good. Sunrise plays a lot of teams in and out of the state of Kansas, and this just looks great on the Swathers resume. I know resumes aren't really compared, but it's a game where the Swathers can look back and go, we beat a very quality opponent, guys that play really good guys in practice every single day, and they were able to come out with the win, and it can give them some momentum going into the Christmas break. And
it was definitely a game that brought them a lot together more, you know. There was a time where, you know, Jake Proctor didn't play for 7 minutes, and the game was somewhat close, and it was like, you know, what do we do when this happens? Who do we rely on? Who do we, like, where do we go? And there were kids that stepped up, especially, you know, Jackson Fry did. Isaac Sanchez played some good quality minutes there in his absence, and overall it's a good game, but, you know, hands down player of the game has to be Jake Proctor. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He played absolutely phenomenal game of basketball, one of the best that I've ever seen him play in my time here, and I've watched him for 3 seasons now.
Yeah, absolutely. He continues to dominate, and look for him to continue to score. I believe he had 26 tonight, and he'll continue to score that many. He's averaging over 20 a game. Definitely one of the best scorers in 3A, but also the state as well.
Yeah, just look for the Swathers, just role players, just in case Jake Proctor's in foul trouble like he has many, many, many times this year. Just look for them to be very key factors in the Swathers season this year.
Well, that should pretty much do it here from the shed. It's been an honor to be back with you guys again. We might catch you again before the end of the break. Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. But it's been awesome.
It's been a pleasure.
It has been. So I'm Lucas Roth.
I'm Ben Roth.
I'm Eli Roth.
And we hope you have a great night and a Merry Christmas.